that is going to do all the stuff for me. How cool is that? So welcome, welcome. If you're on, say hi, or you can be a blingy fly on the wall. Totally works. But we're going to kind of go through that. These usually last about, I don't know, total 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Hi, Sanji. So just some tips. This one may be a little longer because we are talking all about all the cool things that we did convention. I tried to get as much stuff in there as I could have, but there's a lot. So if you haven't met me, again, my name is Jen Gear. I have been in leadership since 2006, with paparazzi since 2011. So we're going to pause here for 1 second. And I don't know, I got all kinds of cool stuff for you, but for those of you that don't know, paparazzi has 4 founders, and they actually, the 2 gals in the center are sisters. They are who started this company with their lovely husbands. This one on the left is Trent, Missy, Channy, and Ryan. If you've ever met them, they are absolutely phenomenal. The most down-to-earth people, and you can learn so much. So they are super, super great people. At our convention, they were everywhere, visiting, taking selfies, just having fun. So if you wanted to, you could totally get a selfie with them or just say hi. So one thing about convention, it is, excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat today. Hi, Camilla. It is every year around the same time, the end of July, 1st of August. So you can start planning for next year. But included in your ticket that you buy to go to convention, you get free concerts. Kelsea Ballerini and Janet Jackson were the 2 big concerts that we had. We usually have one at the beginning of the week and one at the end of the week. Kelsea Ballerini kicked us off at the beginning. Janet took over our last night there. It was phenomenal. And like I said, these are included in your ticket. I don't know what it costs to go to a Janet Jackson concert now, plus an exclusive one that's just for paparazzi people. So it was pretty neat that they are exclusive just for you to go on when you go on this trip. Paparazzi did have some amazing speakers, and I will probably say that throughout and I'm going to pause for a second, so I'm going to stop sharing, guys, because I want to show you this. My little box in the corner, you're not going to be able to see this, okay? This is the book. So every year you go to convention, you'll get a t-shirt, you'll get a bag. If you're life of the party, you'll get something extra. You get jewelry, you get all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to show you everything here. I do have pictures. But this I was really impressed with this year. They give you these books every year, and usually it's like when you open it up, there's nothing in there, or there's not very much in there. This year was different. So when you open this book up, our theme for the year was made for more, right? It has a welcome message. If y'all can see this, I know it's probably pretty bright. It has how to use this book. Well, I'm going to tell you in this book, if you flip through this book, and I took so many notes that I will be doing reels throughout, I don't know, the next 3 months, right? But basically it talks about how to make convention. Can you all see that? There we go. Maybe can you see? I don't know, but how to make convention so much better. It has spots to put photos. It has everything about your trip, you know, how to get going on Facebook again, how to get your business going. There are so many cool things about this notebook. I told you I took a lot of notes. I took tons of notes. So this was really, really cool. This is something I wanted to share because of, speaking of those speakers, is that I took a ton of notes from each of those. But you can always Google these guys, find Jeremy Anderson, Fly Girl. But it doesn't take away, when you're there in person, you get so much more. And I try to share what I got. And if you watch a couple TikToks and reels and stuff, you'll be able to learn more. But these people are pretty impressive. The next one is the swag. So every year at convention, paparazzi gives you a chance to buy new swag that's released. I'm going to tell you, this swag sold out in seconds, actually minutes. I don't know how long. It goes pretty darn quick. There is still some available in the back office. These are just a few of the photos. There's so much more stuff. I just wanted to give you guys a snippet so you can kind of get an idea. because again, I encourage you, this year was my eighth paparazzi convention that I went to. And every year it gets better. And I say that every year it gets better. The awards, I did take a lot of pictures of these because they are phenomenal. Paparazzi loves to spoil you. So there's always something to build your business, to, you know, work for and just get spoiled. This is, again, just some of the stuff that they give you. If you have any questions though, drop them below. One of the nights that they have for all of those awards is called the Gala Nights. Now, I've heard people say, well, I don't know anybody that is getting an award. Why would I go? And me, I'm like, so you can learn what you're going to get, you know, like anybody can get these awards. It is a night to dress up, to get pictures with friends, with other consultants that you may not know. It is absolutely amazing. It is something you don't want to miss, even if you don't know someone there. You want to go, just hang out, learn. It is amazing what paparazzi does for you and the awards that you can get, and that you can walk the stage and get pictures with the founders. Absolutely phenomenal. It is so, so much fun. And you also get this book here, which I'll stop sharing so y'all could see this, is the Black and White Gala. Inside here, it's kind of like a yearbook, right? So everybody and all the goals that they've reached in this last year, you're in here. So if you reached Life of the Party bronze, silver, gold, anywhere, diamond, you're in here, right? So here's how you can use that to your advantage. You ready for this? So if you are like, one of the topics Misty talked about at convention was being a copycat. It's really just learning what you should be doing by copying what someone else is doing, but making it your own. So when you have one of these books, like this fancy dancy notebook, does anybody know what show that's from? It's been years. But when you get one of these fancy books, in the front, it has all of the people and all of the, let me see, let me show you here, friends, their achievements and what they got. So what do you do with that? You find them on Facebook, you become a stalker, and you learn what they're doing, and you recreate it into what you're doing. If you want to change, if you want to grow, if you want to get better, you have to copy the people that you would trade shoes with, okay? So this is one of the cool things that they hand out. They are free, they don't cost anything, and they hand them out at gala night. So everybody that goes can get one. It's absolutely phenomenal. Super, super fun. Let me see the next thing. Plus you get to dress up, right? So the next thing that I love is food. So when I go to Vegas, I love to eat. Does anybody else love food? Show me some hearts. When you go to Vegas or anytime you travel, you choose where you eat. And you can choose to have lots of sit-down restaurants where a waitress comes to you. Vegas has lots of quick options, or what do you call that? Fast options, kind of like fast food, but it's so much better. At least from where I'm from, Vegas, quicker food is so much better. So really, it depends on what you want to spend on your trip. The food is up to you. Inside the MGM, there's a huge food court. You know, it's reasonable and it's quick. So it's completely up to you. Or you can go to fancy dining restaurants. It's up to you. Me personally, I love the vending cake machine. On the right is a picture of my cake. I try to find that every year because it's so good, but really I can handle one piece and I'm good. But food is fun. At least when I travel, I like to try different foods and things. It's so fun. So a way that you can make your trip a little bit more affordable is having roommates. We had lots of fun. These are my roommates that I had this year, and it was really funny. On the left, we took a picture of all our tans, and we're all completely different. It was great. But that is a way that you can save money on a room, is by having roommates. And that's something you can start planning now, right? It's a week that you can spend together and get to know each other. So one of the great things about convention is they come out with their fall line. These are just, again, some of the pictures, you guys. There's so many out there that you can shop, that will be coming out, that still will be coming out all in the fall. So there is lots and lots to see. I did snag a couple of these cards, and I will post the images. Y'all, can you see these up in the top right-hand corner, wherever you see me? These are the colors of the year, the fall colors. I'll share those inside our group, our team group, so y'all can see that. And I'll share them inside my VIP shopper group, so you can, you know, keep an eye out for your favorite colors. So if you are wearing a certain shirt and you want something to match, these are the shades, the tones that'll be coming out. Pantones is what they're called, will be coming out in the fall. There's lots of cool stuff. This is just a sneak peek, right? Just a sneak peek. I didn't upload all the photos. The same thing with the Z line. So every year, Paparazzi at convention releases a new Z collection. It is actually 20 pieces of jewelry. Again, here's just 5, but there are so many amazing necklaces. The Z line is actually the $25 line. It's just bigger pieces of jewelry, you know, more stones, more to it. And that's why they cost just a hair more than the others. They are phenomenal pieces of jewelry. Absolutely amazing. And they'll start coming out in the fall as well. The other thing that we learned about, one of my favorites, was the Dorks training. They did have breakout rooms, and I didn't put them all in here for you because I didn't want to overwhelm you with all this. It's a lot, right? But I will be doing trainings on it for the next probably month. I'm going to get my August schedule together, but we learned all about the Premiere app. If you have the Premiere app, say me, but there's some phenomenal things about the Premiere app and how it's just easy to use, and you can have your free online website. Who would like a free online website, right? Or I think it's like $250 a year. I can't say free, but you have an online website. I think it's free. I'm like, man, it's amazing. It is pretty cool. But there's lots of cool things coming up for those of you that want to attend the trainings in person. We can get the clearer photo. This one looks a little blurry to me, but the Dorks have their trainings for this year, and then they're going to come out in January with a whole list. So for every 6 months, they're going to do this. So it is definitely worth your time to go to these. They're super affordable. So the next one, the leadership panel. This one here is, again, one of my favorite things. It's because this is when all the elite or the elite husbands sit down and they just get asked questions. So, you know, these people are human, right? Everybody's human. Sometimes people get like, gosh, what is the word I'm thinking of? Where you get really nervous around people that are high up within a company, and you shouldn't, because they're just human like you. They get up there and they share their stories, how they got started, their ups, their downs, all of the things. And they're phenomenal. The tips from them are phenomenal. This right here is one of the parts of convention that I look forward to the most. And they usually hold it on the last day of convention, so you don't want to miss any part of the convention. If you are going to convention, go to convention, right? So like, there's downtime where there's nothing going on. Go do all the fun stuff and check out Vegas or whatever. But if there's something going on, be there, because you never know who you are going to meet, and you can create a lasting relationship with these folks. It is absolutely phenomenal. This is one of my favorite quotes from Paparazzi, our mission statement. While $5 jewelry may not change the world, we believe those who wear it do. We do. Dress up, put a couple pieces of jewelry on. It will tremendously make you feel better, right? There was one consultant that reached out to me because I said my trip cost less than $1,200. Now, I wanted to share this with you. This is me. I'm a frugal person, I guess, by nature, but at the same time, I still like to eat. So this is a breakdown of my basic costs, right? So I think I even overestimated on some of this stuff, but my flight to go was about $458. We did split a room 4 ways, so it was $125. So if you want a room by yourself, it is going to cost a little bit more, or you split it 2 ways, or you get a condo. There's some things to look at there, though. When you have a hotel, I book mine on the Strip because I don't want to pay for parking. I don't want to pay for Ubers. I look for cheap transportation. I did in the past rent Airbnb houses, and then I rented a minivan, and then you would have parking fees. gas fees, rental fees, all of those are great. If you want to do it, you can totally do it. For me, I have found over the years, I just prefer to be on the strip or at the hotel the event is at. We stayed at the hotel across the street from the MGM. It's called the Park MGM. Very basic room, nothing super fancy, but it was perfect location. As you came out, you could walk right across. Like, it was super great. We stayed Sunday to Friday. The convention ticket that you pay for paparazzi is $245. It includes all of the training and all of the concerts and a t-shirt and jewelry and bags and just so much stuff. It's phenomenal. Now, if you are somebody that's interested in becoming a consultant, or say you know somebody and they want to join you as well, if they buy the $4.99 kit from Paparazzi, you get a free convention ticket. So always remember that. So if someone says, hey, Christine, I'm interested in joining Paparazzi, you give them the options of all 3 kits, but remember that that big kit, it'll cost you a little bit more, but you're going to get that convention ticket. So you're basically going to convention for free. You save $245. Basically, you save the ticket cost to go to convention, which is all the stuff you get. Yep, our room was great. So for snacks, I bring my own snacks when I travel. I bring all the, protein bars or just stuff to keep me full. And then I do go to the CVS store. There is a Target there that's close by. You could Uber to Walmart if you wanted to buy some cheaper snacks. Or if you drink soda or stuff like that, yes, your cost is going to change just a little bit, but a little bit of planning and sitting down is going to save you a bunch of money. If you're going to eat out, of course, you're going to pay for a drink. If you're going to go to the food court and you need a water, you're going to pay $5 for a water bottle. I bring my own water bottle and you can refill it everywhere. So it's those kind of things that you learn the more you go, and it's completely up to you. Everybody has different budgets. I didn't spend a lot. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner was about $225 for me. I ate at quick service places. That's what they're called, quick service or fast food, whatever you want. But it was delicious, and most of the time it's smaller portions. So then you're not wasting all of that food. Have you ever gone to a restaurant and you're like looking at your friend saying, hey, do you want to split something? Because even where I live here, you go to dinner, you're getting a big plate of food. And a lot of times there's leftovers and you're like, I don't want to waste it. But in Vegas, you don't have refrigerators in your rooms. At least the majority of the hotels don't. Or if they do, they charge you to use them. Now, if you stay at a hotel off the strip, I don't know. I'm sure you could find some that have refrigerators and coffee pots, but a lot of them don't that are on the strip because they want to make money off of you to buy their coffee. Coffee for me, yep. Roommates did bring a coffee pot, and we used it in the morning. I'm a cold coffee afternoon kind of girl, so I did end up splurging. I spent $60 every day, $10 a day basically to grab myself an iced coffee, but it was worth it to me. And then the only other expense you got to think about is, your transportation. So if you are going to stay on the strip with somebody, how are you going to get to your hotel? And basically you could download the Uber app and you could see what it costs to get to point A to point B right now. And so then you can write that down. But if you plan ahead and figure out, okay, if I don't have a roommate, if I stay here, this is what it's going to cost here. This is the average flight cost around this time. All of those things, if you really want to go, you can figure it out. But once you go, it is so amazing. Everything that I've kind of chatted with you about today, you pick up so many different things while you're in person. I could tell you all my tips, and I plan to share the tips in Reels throughout the next couple months because there's so many. But being there in person, it just hits you differently. And we all take stuff in differently. Like my friend Karen, she takes in different tips than I do. We were chatting about some of the stuff that we learned, and she's got different ideas going back to her house. As when I came back, I'm like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to change or implement in my business. We all are different. This trip is totally worth your time if you make it that way, right? Get yourself some good roommates or stay in your own room and meet up with people. That's the best as well. But have fun with it. The whole point of going to convention is to learn, to have fun, to get energized, and to meet people, because that's how you are going to, move forward. You get to meet a few new people, and you get to have fun. Now, this kind of is a kind of like a I don't know, a kind of figure it out type, what do you want to say, this planning sheet. If you are not on my email list and would like one, you can drop your email below, or you can personal message me your email, and I will get you added to our weekly show notes that go out on Wednesday mornings. But this is basically for you. I guess the one thing I didn't talk about is ordering jewelry. I don't include ordering jewelry into the cost of my trip. So some years I buy a ton of jewelry and swag, and other years I buy a little bit. It just depends on you. But it's, the fall line comes out, all of the new swag comes out, and you can pick and choose. If you're going to convention, you're like, I need a couple new shirts. Plan to buy those new shirts. You can look and see how much they cost. Like, you can really sit down and figure out what it's going to cost you to go. And if you really want to go, now is the time to start planning and putting the money away. Now, when I say put the money away, pull it out of your checking account if you have to, put it in an envelope, in a safe, or wherever, right? Sometimes it gets hard for some folks because, and it happens to me too, is I see the cash in my checking account and I'm like, oh yeah. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to do XYZ. Out of sight, out of mind. Take it out of your bank account. You go to Walmart, you go grocery shopping, take a $20 out and put that away for your trip. I promise you that money adds up so fast, you guys. But if you'd like those, drop your information below. I do want to say thank you to those that were able to catch me live. If you catch the replay, say, hey, replay. I do have lots of videos on YouTube, so you can catch all the replays there as well. And I also email out our show notes and a quick catch of this video. You guys have a great day. I'll see you all soon.